After my mom and I were the first two members of the family to be fully vaccinated, I took my first flight to meet up with her for a little Texas road trip. Join us as we road trip north from the southern tip of Texas. In this week's video, join me for a rest stop at the world's largest convenience store and decide if you think Buc-ee should be a Texas thing. Hi Nomads, it's Tanya. I am chilling in the car in San Marcos, Texas while my mom does a little shopping at the factory outlets here. We're on our way south from Austin back towards the Rio Grande Valley, and I am getting the road map ready for our next stop, which is going to be Buc-ee's. Now, for those of you who don't know what Buc-ee's is, join the club. I had never really heard of Buc-ee's till recently. I had a New York friend who said, "Oh, we went to Texas and we stopped at Buc-ee's," as if I should know what that is. And I just blew it off. I'm like, all right, well, they went to this place and they think it's a Texas thing. And then I had another friend from New York be like, "Oh, we're driving through Texas and we went to Buc-ee's." And I keep hearing people say that Buc-ee's is a Texas thing. If it's a Texas thing, why is someone who grew up in Texas, like, never heard of it? So I went and looked online to see where Buc-ee's is in Texas, and it seems like the majority of Buc-ee's are located in the greater Austin area. And to me, if something's going to be a Texas thing, it can't just be in the eastern central part of Texas. It has to be in South Texas. It has to be in West Texas. It has to be in North Texas. That's my opinion. But I've had people who are from this central part of Texas tell me, "Oh, Buc-ee's, 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 Buc-ee's. You should go to Buc-ee's." So on our way down back from Austin, we are going to stop at Buc-ee's. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to try their brisket sandwich and see if Buc-ee's deserves to be a Texas thing. Today we'll be going to the Buc-ee's in New Braunfels, Texas, which is the largest one at a whopping 68,000 square feet. The store features 120 refueling positions, 1,000 parking spots, 64 ice freezers, 83 toilets, 31 cash registers, 4 icy machines, and 80 fountain drinks dispensers. So it's pretty big, and considering everything's bigger in Texas, it's got that going for it. So the Buc-ee's mascot is inspired by this Buc-ee beaver who was the mascot for Ipana toothpaste, which I only know about because it was in the Grease movie and they had a little theme song. Brush a brush a brush, a new Ipana toothpaste with a brand new flavor. It's happy for your teeth. Oh my goodness. Our first stop in here is the world famous bathroom, which has 83 stalls. We picked the worst day to come here. It's so full of people, and now that Texas has gotten rid of its mask mandate, there are people floating around without a mask on. Most people have a mask, but some do not, so it's sort of a scary place to be. Sandwiches ready to go, but the ones with the pickles and onions are all out, so everybody's waiting by the counter to get them. That's what I want also, and being in here is terrible. I hate it. Too many people. We're almost out, paying for everything. I didn't end up getting a brisket sandwich with pickles and onions because it was going to take even longer, and I waited for like 10 minutes, so he gave me the pickles and onions on the side, so that's good enough for me. I'm ready to get out of this store, honestly. That sandwich is very good. The meat is very tender. Pickles and onions are definitely necessary. I don't know if they were worth the wait though. What do you think of the sandwich, Mom?
Very tender, very good.
I got the Buc-ee's curiosity out of my system. I don't really think it's a Texas thing. I think it's more of a Buc-ee's thing, Austin thing. They have them in Georgia and Alabama, so it's just a Buc-ee's thing. So obviously I didn't have the best of time in my Buc-ee's experience, but after a few days after that experience, me and my mom got to enjoy some of the treats she bought there, including peanut brittle and what she calls paper shell pecans, which were very high quality. And I've also been told they have really good sugar pecans, which we didn't try. I did see that they had a really large selection of food, and I bet a lot of them were really high quality. If I had had more time and space to really explore the food section, I bet I would have found a lot of things that I would have liked. So even though my Buc-ee's experience was kind of terrible, I would like to go back and give it a second shot if I could go at a time where it's not so freaking crowded. So I hope you enjoyed this video and my hot take on Buc-ee's. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my travels or my hot takes, leave a comment below and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when new videos are available. Until next time, bye!
Adios from Texas.